Hello, everyone. Happy Bank Holiday Monday. It's Easter Monday today, and I've only just found out actually that some of the shops are open today. I thought they were all closed. Uh, you know, I mean, I'm not really, I wasn't planning on going shopping, but, anyways, so it's about 5 minutes till 2 o'clock in the afternoon here in the UK, which means 5 minutes till 9 o'clock in the evening in Manila. I'm sure some of you, my dear friends, are still up, and hopefully you're watching Ask the Drummer live. I was just sort of like posting earlier on Facebook that I can't believe that this is be the 203rd episode of Ask the Drummer, because Mr. Terry Chimes, who's also an awesome drummer, actually said, because he's thinking of doing his podcast, he's done some research, and apparently most podcasts don't last 50 episodes or something. So I'm really pleased with Ask the Drummer being, reaching over 200 episodes now. But anyways, hope you all had an amazing week last week. Today's actually a brilliant day. It's absolutely incredible because yesterday we were being blown by the wind when I was in Todmorden at the record fair there. But today, and I was told that tomorrow also is going to be another good day. Right, so this week we'll be chatting to someone. I haven't actually met him in real life, and I hope he forgives me for saying this. We've been friends on Facebook, but I've only just recently realized that he's a drummer, and that he's in a band with his brother as well, who I really love. I love his brother. But yeah, when I found out, I immediately asked him, "Oh, please, would you go and ask the drummer?" And I'm so lucky that he said yes. And he's here now. He's a legend, actually, just like his brother. And he's here. And so, my dear friends, please welcome Steven Deary.
Oh yeah,
Hey. Hello,
oh, yeah.
Steven. How are you?
Good, really good. Good. Weather's great, as you
Good
said.
day.
Lovely.
Yeah, it is lovely. And I forgot to ask you. We're okay to ask you about your telephone interview earlier, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it went well,
Yes.
according.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went on for about 25 minutes. I thought it was going to be 10 minutes, but it was great. Very interesting.
And when is it going to be on? When are they going to?
Sunday, 11 o'clock. I think it's a Whittle Radio. Yeah.
We're on radio. Yeah, yeah, and it's on
Good.
Sunday.
Yeah. I've got loads of interviews overlapping and stuff, and I'm getting a bit confused as to who's who.
Right, well, I'm really sorry because, like I said in the beginning, that I didn't realize, because I'm originally from the Philippines.
Yeah.
Even when I was in the UAE, I've never heard of Smaller.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know about Cook the Books because Cook the Books is like, or I remember Frank from Candy Opera said to me, is it Cook the Bukes or something like
Yeah. Yeah. It's cook the books. Yeah.
that? Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm going to ask you about that later on as well. But
Oh.
um, I want to welcome you first to Ask the Drummer. Episode 203 is all about you, Stephen Deary.
Cheers.
Um,
Like the
yeah,
shot.
you're born and bred Liverpoolian, and obviously you're from a musical family.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Can you tell us more about what it was like growing up in Liverpool and in a musical family?
Yeah, oh God, yeah. So my granddad was a drummer, played the banjo. My mum was a singer. Her brother played guitar.
Yeah.
They played in a band together. Then their sons became the real people. My mum's sons became smaller. We've got cousins who play bass, Michael. Um, it's really quite wide. And they're the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. And the levels that they played were quite high as well. So growing up, there was always music in the house, always, especially with my mum being a singer. Patsy Cline, being crazy every Friday, Saturday night.
Yeah, yeah.
Uncle Ollie used to come down, pick my mum off to go and do gigs together. My brother, Dixie, he was in a touring sort of road show, if you like, by the way, he was 12. He was on TV, I think, when he was on like about 12, 13, something like that.
Wow.
Anthony, Tony from the Real People. So he was also on the same road. So it was always there, always there, and it was quite sort of. You knew that at some point you were going to take part, get involved, and we were the younger brothers, Chris from the Real People. So so we played in bands together before, we formed, we Real People from Smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
always orientated, always musical.
yeah, but apparently, because I didn't know that your grandfather was a drummer, because apparently it was your uncle who taught the Griffiths brothers
Yeah,
and Mr. Diggsy how to play guitar.
that's
Because I
it.
was gonna.
Yeah, that's their dad. So it was Uncle Wally who taught the Griffiths, and that's the Griffiths' dad. Chris and
Oh,
so
I see. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
my mum, Wally, Chris and Tony's a brother and sister. So it's very close, very close.
Yeah. Because I was gonna ask you. I mean, what got you into drumming? Because they're all playing guitars, so you chose. I mean, I should say a better path.
That was I don't think I could ever play guitar, and I still can't. I think there was guitars around. I think when no one was around, I might have tried to pick it. But there was always music on, and I loved the simple drummers. I loved Ringo. I loved Billy at the undertones. I loved, it's that sort of. I didn't like all the drummers who were all over the place. But taking it. I loved all the simple ones who let the songs speak.
Yeah.
So basically, how I learned was I used to, when my mum and dad used to go out on a Saturday night and everybody was out, I just used to put like Undertones albums on or Beatles or whatever, pots and pans, and on the couch. Remember them plastic leather and plastic couches?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Great sounds off them. So I'd be playing with a pan, and I put the records on, and that's how I learned as such. And then you just sort of progress, and then I think my mum seen that I was showing an interest, and I started going to drum lessons then.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because he thought he's interested, he's showing that he wants to go to the next level, so we'll pay for drum lessons. But it's not what you think. You think drum lessons. And what it was, there was a guy in Council Farm or Stockbridge Village, as it is, and he was in my cousin's band, or Michael's band, and he said, "I'll send him down. I'll teach him." So we used to get 2 buses to Council Farm.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I walk in, I give him a fiver, and he give me he give me a pair of drumsticks, and then he go the offie and get some lager and ciggies. Tony Jeffrey, what's the names? And then he taught me how to read music, and he showed me the fair bits, and he showed me how to, and so I've done that for about a year. I can't read music now, mind, but he did teach me at the beginning. You just forget. So,
Yeah. Oh, wow.
God love him.
Right. Before we continue, Aiden said the sound and picture good, so that's good. He's the tech support for us, so that's brilliant. Do you know when I posted about the guest announcement, I really thought you're from Fazakerley because I really love that place, but it's actually is it Scotty Road or Scotland Road? It's called.
No, so basically, we're family. Mum and dad's originally from Scotty Road, or around that area.
Yeah.
We moved to Ottle Park, which is between Bootle and Fazakerley, sort of in Bolton. So no one's, everyone goes, "Oh, you're from Fazakerley," and it wasn't. We lived there for what, 17 years, and then we moved out to Fazakerley, or should I say, by that time, everyone had grown up. So Peter had moved in with his girlfriend at Fazakerley, and then we moved into a little house in Fazakerley, but we grew up in Ottle Park, from Ottle Park.
All right. Okay, but so it's because every time I hear Scotty Road, because really it's Scotland Road, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's more known as Scotty Road. Because there's a famous person, Queen of Scotty Road.
Yeah.
And I have seen him actually live at the Cavern once, and I thought it was brilliant. So what were you like? Did you go to a lot of gigs when you were a teenager, when you were young?
Yes, definitely. See, because when I was growing up, Peter then was Dixie. But he was born Cook the Books, or he was in Cook the Books, and Cook the Books
Yeah.
took big time. One of Liverpool's most loved bands, got signed by Virgin, stuff like that. Played some amazing bands. And in the early days, they play all around Liverpool, the Warehouse, everywhere, the Hague building. And I was only about 14, 15. I used to sort of tag along, not that I was invited, and I used to tag along with them, stand there and watch their drummer, John Leggett. Brilliant. And I'd get into all of these places because I was a kid. I'm with the band sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I did. I used to go to loads and loads of gigs, going to see them, and then that opened up to see other bands who were supporting them or getting to know other people, and then So it did. I was exposed to a lot of bands and music and gigs at a very early age.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you're aware, but they were very popular in the Philippines when I was a teenager.
Cook the Books.
Cook the Books.
Yeah.
But yeah, only one song though. And I've always asked Mr.
No.
Dixie, it's your eyes.
Don't say that. You're too mad.
Well, I've always, like every Filipino teenager at the time, they must have sort of like danced. We had like what do you call it, like dances, but at home, not really, and stuff like and every time that record will be on, it's like Your Eyes, people will be dancing to it, slow dancing to it. And whenever I see Mr. Dixie, I always will like ask him, please, can you do Your Eyes?
Well, do you know the story behind it? Yeah, it's a funny one because they really are. Kick the Books. They're a couple of songwriters. They're amazing songwriters and singers. Owen, like Owen Morden, amazing songwriters, amazing singers, and again, the biggest sort of success that he's had is with a song that he didn't write and he can't stand. He hates all of that Your Eyes thing. So basically, what it was with they got contacted because they were amazing singers and the harmonies and whatever, and they got contacted to be the voice on this movie or this song, which movie, La Boom.
La Boom, yes.
Yeah, and it turns out that it was one of the biggest movies at that time, right across Europe, and the song went to #1 in all the things. And again, it was weird because his biggest success that he'd had was something that he'd sort of had really, other than the singing the song. So that was that, and it was the same with the Dixie's Dinner thing as well. He's known as Dixie's Dinner. But forget that in his own right, he's an amazing songwriter. He's amazing talent, an amazing singer. But yeah, people come up and go, "You're Dixie from Dixie's Dinner," which you know what I mean? It's you're the singer who sang Your Eyes.
Because it's only after I came here in Manchester, I came to live here, that I found out about Piggy in the Middle Eight, and I wouldn't want to knock it because all I've known about Cook the Books is just Your Eyes. And when I found out that Mr. Dixie is still playing, first time I saw him was with the Sums, and I thought, I'm sure he'll sing it because it's like the most popular song.
No, I don't think. Listen, he's my brother. How old? 58. He's whatever he's. I've never heard him. Never heard him ever, and I don't think I have.
So it's not going to be something that the Smaller will be playing.
Honestly, no.
No. Right. Well, okay. Well, going back, so you've learned how to play the drums from this drum tutor. What was your first band after that?
I can't because I have to be in all little different things. So there wasn't a particular sort of. Well, I was in this band, and then I wasn't. I just used to play with all like.
Okay. Yeah.
Like a young lad. about 14 or something like that. And at this point, my mum had bought me a drum kit. So I was progressed from the couch to drum lessons to now get buying a kit, or get my mum buying me a kit, mum and dad.
Yeah.
And so at this point, I could now sort of, keep a beat, and I had a drum kit. So I was in demand to like all like other like 15-year-olds around the area and stuff, and 16-year-old.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. But
so that was,
Smaller is your first proper, because according to Google, you actually founded the band. It's not
yeah.
you, it's not like you joined Mr. Dix's band. You
No,
founded it.
so all it was, at the point of where Smaller came along, me and Jason and Jamie, who was the first guitarist in Smaller, we were in another band, but it was coming to the end. And at this point, my brother was he was at a bit of a loose end type of thing. He was writing songs. He's always written songs and always will. But he's writing songs, and he was sort of on his own writing the song. He didn't have any sort of.
Yeah, yeah.
And my mum was saying to me, and I think my mum was saying to me, "Why don't you ask him? Why don't you ask him?" And I think she was saying to him, "Why don't you ask him?" Because we wouldn't ask each other. So it was like my mum put together, type of thing, So, and I think I don't know how it happened. I can't remember how it happened. But I think we just turned up for the rehearsal. We just got booked to the rehearsal studio.
Oh, see.
It's one of the it's the one thing that's always been consistent.
Yeah.
That it works, and it always has,
Yeah.
So
So it wasn't like you talked to each other and said, "Okay, let's form a band together." It wasn't like that. You just okay.
No, we were
And
brothers.
apparently, it started in 1990. It was called Small.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we decided to call ourselves Small, and basically when we get signed, when we signed the record deal, the record company said, "Look, there's a band in America called Small."
Oh,
So our piece went, "Well, if they're going to be small, we're going to be smaller." Unfortunately, that turns out to be the case. The best.
but so you were small in 1990, but you changed into Smaller in 1995. So it's 5 years you've been playing as Small.
Was it 95? Was it? No, it was that long.
Yeah, according to Google, that's why I don't know if it's so like true though. But
94, something like that. I don't, time passes, but yeah, it's, as I say, it was when we signed the record deal. I thought that was 94, but I'm not too sure.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway, around about that time. So yeah, as I say, that was it. So we then became Smaller. We did a few dates with Oasis as Small. The other day, I seen some posters.
Oh, I see.
So we done a few dates with Oasis, and we were small then. I thought we were always smaller, but that's not.
Right. Wow. So in that space of time, you were still called Small, and then when you had the record deal, and then you became Small.
And it became all legal properly, and then.
Yeah. Well, the first time I've actually came across the name Small is when I found this, because I work in a record shop in Manchester, in Chilton, and it's called King B Records, and I found this at King B, and it says Smaller, and then when I put it on Discogs, I found Mr. Dixie's name. I was like, oh wow, this is his. This is his band. So apparently this was it wasn't really released as a single. It was a freebie from the Christmas.
No, I haven't seen that for years now. So that wasn't a single. That was a promo for something, but I don't know. What's on the other side?
It says it's like a Christmas, like everyone who's into your mailing list received a copy of this as a Christmas present or something like that. No, it's Just As Bad, and on the B side, which I really like actually, I like this song, Flaky Skin.
Yeah, Flaky Skin's boss. We still we played that live. It's supposed to have Jamie's thing out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that was the first time, and I asked him to sign it. I'll bring it on the 25th.
Yeah.
I'll ask you about the gig later on. So, um, so you and Mr. Dixie formed. Well, you formed the band, and then he sort of like joined, or you just sort of like all got together and stuff.
It's a
But
bit
another,
story, with Noel joining, Liam, Bonehead, and Griggs and Tony. It's a bit like that, you know what I mean? It's just sort of we had the band, me, Jason, and Jamie, and then we brought him in, but he was the songwriter. It's very similar in sound.
yeah, yeah. Well, the one thing I also didn't realize is one of your band members, Paul Kavanagh,
Yeah, yeah.
who's in the room. We know him as the,
Top. He's been
yeah,
loads. Oh yeah, his boss. Yeah.
yeah. And is it true that he's retired? Because
It's true, unfortunately. When this all came about last year, I asked him if he fancied it, and he said he just bought a place in Anglesey. Literally said, I'm moving to Anglesey in 3 months, and he's more or less settled down and stuff. But yeah, but we spoke yesterday. As good mate, really good mate.
yeah, because I have seen him, and I've actually got a photo with him because he played still with Dave Jackson in The Room in the Wood. They've got after The Room, but now The Room have got back together,
Yeah.
and he's not with them. And
No,
so.
gone for the quiet life in Anglesey. So.
All right, well, good luck.
He loves it. He loves it. He's looking really good as well.
Yeah. And again, you mentioned Oasis because you've got like a really like connections with Oasis.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like with Dixie's Dinner, and I think there's another song that's mentioned Mr. Dixie as well. Something about his like, be here now. It's the joke, so like
yeah. You're I mean, Dixie's there.
So, can you tell us more about how you got into this connection with Noel Gallagher, especially because he played also in one of your singles?
True, he's been on two. Yeah, well, not the singles. He's been on at least 2 records that I'm aware of. He's on a track called Aimless, where he said one word on
it. Just one word.
One word. So he just says the word plenty. So if you listen to Aimless, and you hear the line plenty, that's Noel Gallagher, like so. Yeah. So how it all come about was obviously the Real People, my cousins, and I was living with Sean Simpson at the time, the guitarist of the Real People, Bootle or something, and they were on tour with the Inspiral Carpets, and I said, he said, "Do you want to come to the gig tonight in Birmingham?" I went, "Yeah, go ahead." And so Chris and Tony were saying there, I said, "What the band like?" Inspiral Carpets. They're all right, like. But they've got the roadie and the soundman, and they're funny. You've got to meet them, they're dead funny. So when we get there, it turns out that the soundman was Mark Hoyle, who's Oasis producer, and the roadie was Noel Gallagher. Now, at this point, we've been recording demos in a little studio in Birkenhead, small. So, and I brought them along. Just had them in the band for the lads, for the Real People. So when I met Noel, he was talking. He said, "Oh, I don't do this all the time." He said, "I'm in the band," and I said, "Oh, I'm in the band." He said, "I'm in the band with my brother." I said, "I'm in the band with my brother." He said, "My brother's a knobhead." My brother's a knobhead. So that's to be that's when they got him some tapes, the van and stuff. And he said, "You coming to Manchester tomorrow?" So I went, "Yeah." So we went. I'll bring our kid. So the next night was in Manchester Academy, and then when he turns up, and he gave me a tape, and when he turned, we both went, "God, you're band, so yours," all of that. So there was the connection straight away. So I said, "Well, when we do some Liverpool gigs, we'll give you the sporties, come over," and vice versa in Manchester.
Yeah.
So then I set up a gig in Labato, and we had a wait for, and Noel set up a gig in the Boardwalk. We went open supported. So, and then it just went from there, with this.
Yeah.
And then the other fella got involved, our kid, and then yeah, it just went a bit mad. That's where the Dixie's dinner and stuff and all of
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But the real people, like the Griffiths,
Yeah.
were they already established at the time?
Oh, the real people were well established. Well established. They've been signed money. They toured America. They've had some amazing, concerts. They've been to Japan. They've been to at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were well established. Yeah, very very good band. Great band.
yeah.
Tony Elson, drummer. He's like a power.
Well, I was also late to the real people because it's only after I came here, and then like the other fans of the Liverpool fans, they're telling me about the real people. So I went to see them, but it's really strange that I got to hear because I was already living in the Middle East at the time, so I got to hear about Oasis, but never about the real people, and never about Smaller, which is really strange. So but
Yeah,
they were there even before Oasis. They were already like playing and big at the time, weren't they?
yeah. Oh God, yeah. That's how it come about because no fan of the real people. Huge fan prior to anything. That's
Yeah,
so. So when they went to do the recording in the Real People studio, Noel was like, you couldn't believe his luck because he's been a fan of them for years. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Wow, that's fantastic, Because I mean, if I was living here at the time, I would have known this, but because I was, I didn't come from here, so. But you were smaller, actually, or small at the time. You're part of the Britpop scene.
we had this conversation earlier, and it was funny really because we were pre-Britpop because basically when we started, there was like there was Dr. Fibes and there was it was like a sort of what was known as the shoegazing scene type of thing. Not that we were in that. We were never part of anything. And, certainly not bloody shoegazing or whatever. And but we sort of came at that time, and we just had our own sort of organic sound. This is it. This is what we do. We didn't look around and sort of go, we should sound like it. We just done one. So Britpop wasn't out then. So it was like sort of we were in the middle of like that shoegazing thing, then us, and then that. So when they started to lump us in on Britpop, what's that? I don't even know what it is. I don't know what it means. But we're certainly not pop.
Yeah, no. Oh, no, it's not pop.
So, but yeah, you know what? You just go with it. You just whatever. But I certainly wouldn't have. Put us into that, what they say is Britpop, because it was before, it wasn't invented. That term wasn't about when we started.
Yeah. Because you also did. I mean, again, I've discovered this when I was googling you and Smaller, that you did a John Peel session at the time.
Yeah, we've done a few. Yeah.
Yeah, and has it been released? Because with all these John Peel sessions, they've got these 12-inch singles that's been released. Like they had like the Wild Swans and
Yeah. I'm not so sure. I think you can hear. I think I've heard one online. I don't know. I don't think it was released. I'm not too sure. Because John Peel popped up later on in the story, but we certainly done. I think we've done more than once Peel session in Maida Vale. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, because nowadays, I mean, everyone seems to be releasing all these John Peel sessions. So I'm just wondering if it has been released.
Yeah, I'll have to look. I remember one tune we did, but I can't remember what we did to the songs. But because it hasn't been consistent because we only got last year, and that was after 7 years, and then that was just for one gig, and then prior to, so yeah, I've forgotten about Small, and then since we've been back together, and I've set, we've set up the websites and this and that, and people been coming in all over the world and sending me bits of memorabilia or say, like what you just said then about this Peel sessions. There's loads of stuff that you forget that you've actually done. on gigs that you've been and played, and
Yeah.
so yeah, it's great. The
And
memories.
you're the one in charge of the social, like social media part of Smaller.
Myself,
Is it? Yeah, you're the one who's doing all these.
I've always been involved with everything regards to Smaller, other than writing the songs. I mean, really, it's so when the record company we got signed, it was great to go. You do it now, because I've always done it and stuff. But yeah, it's taken back off again.
Yeah.
The action's been brilliant.
So you didn't you didn't disband, or it's not like, okay, that's it, it's finished, and then you just got back together again. You just took some time off, and then, but when did you get back together and say, okay, we're gonna do? Because I saw Mr. Dixie a few times with the Sums, but is he not doing the Sums anymore, and then just concentrating on Smaller now?
I don't know. We too. Don't know.
Okay. But when did you actually get back together as Smaller?
Well, what we did was we we got together. So basically, what happened was we got the terrible news, awful news. So Arthur, who's our drum roadie, my drum roadie, small roadie, our friend, best, travelled the world with us, done everything with us. And Arthur had a stroke in 2017. He lost his eyesight, blind. So, so we hadn't really seen each other for 15 years.
Yeah.
So we just come through about Arthur. We rang each other up and went, oh my God, about Arthur, got to do something. So we went, get together and we'll do a gig for him. Which is what we did. We got the band back together. The three of us, Paul was busy at the time, he couldn't do it. And then when we got the band together to do this charity show, as soon as it was sort of out there that we're back together, it was just, will you do there? There's a Britpop pop tour, will you do this festival? No, it's not for that, it's just for the charity gig. So that was that. We'd done the gig, and then that was that. That was 2017. And then I hadn't even seen our kids for 7 years. 7 years past. And then recently, with the Oasis 25 tour, I got promoted in America, who had the idea of basically, would we play? So if Oasis were doing a stadium in, say, Los Angeles, they'd book a venue next to the stadium. Say, Mr. Dixie playing here, Dixie dinner. So, it makes me laugh now. So that was the idea. So you got like 20 odd or 40,000, 50,000 people coming, and then 1,000 venue, and then the us. That was the idea. So we got booked for a couple of gigs, and one in San Francisco and one in Los Angeles. I can't remember. But by this time, we hadn't seen each other for 7 years. We weren't even a family, never mind a bloody band. So we had to. So I rang him up and I said, "Listen, what do you think of this?" Yeah. So, well, I'll call you tomorrow. No, I'm in. Okay. So we got back together, and then the offers started coming in. We offered got a gig in Argentina, somewhere else. Again, we were in a band at this point, so we had to get the band back together, and then we had to rehearse. And by this time, we weren't getting up to scratch quick enough to get over to these venues. So basically, we just said, you know what, it's causing a bit of stress. We've got the time to stop. Let's take it easy, go on art. And so that was that. So we booked a gig over Christmas, and we had a brilliant sold out within like days.
Wow.
Sold out again on the reserve list. So we're going to do a couple of nights, and then booked Furnace, on the big one now. So yeah, that's how it all came about, just getting together. And it's been loads of fun. It's been a good laugh. And it's been good to be in contact with myself again, Jason, and got Alan Gillibrand on board. He was just, he just fits in.
Yeah.
Hans was the guitarist and the Real People, and I've known him for 40 years. So to
Yeah.
be with him now is brilliant. So yeah.
So, you're gonna continue then?
Oh god, yeah. Oh
Well, yeah, yeah. And is there a new album coming out, or gonna be new
yeah.
material?
So here's another story. So 30 years ago, we recorded the follow-up to Badly Badly, with Mark Coyle as producer. Paulie appears on it, and
Yeah,
we went to Lincolnshire, to a studio residential for about 3 months. Recorded the album, finished it more or less. Recorded
yeah,
about 60, and then at the end of it, there was a situation where the record company went bust, or didn't have the money to pay for it for
oh,
some. So the album stayed in the studio because it wasn't paid for. Excuse me. So then the owner, about a couple of years later, Coyley was in with another band, and the owner said to Coyley, "So what's happened with Smaller? What are you doing?" And he went, "So that album. I've got that album. What album? Brilliant." He said, and he come out and he gave the master to Coyley. He said, "Go on, give them to him. That can't sit there." So we got the album back.
wow,
It's amazing. The story's amazing. It goes, it goes on. I could put in a book. Honestly, it involves this, involves mixes in the mix. It involves Oasis, Coldplay. There's just stories, no lost tape, found tape.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So, so yeah, there was all of that going on, and then we've now got the masters, and being approached to go back in the studio and remix the album, and to get the album out. So we're going in with John Whitnall, who's Coldplay's producer.
yeah.
So that's, well, we're going in.
Oh
Yeah.
wow,
Now, so the album will eventually see 30 years. But somebody said to me, "So new songs," and I went, "Oh, 30-year-old."
but are we looking at sometime before the end of the year, or? Oh,
So
brilliant!
songs are done. The songs are fit. When you're recording, the hardest part is the recording, the putting up. Well, they're all done, so it's a case of just doing some overdubs, get it mixed. So yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's so good. So, what about a book? You mentioned that. So, is there a book coming out?
Oh, but oh god, I could be like an encyclopedia if I was going to write one. Yeah. No.
Well, you recently posted a photo on Facebook of you and Tony McCarroll,
Oh god.
which was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that was absolutely amazing. And apparently, at the Cavern, you
Yeah.
went to see Zach Starkey,
Yeah.
and was it Chris Sharrock that you went to see as well?
No, I went to. That was the next night. So I get a phone call. So I'm in contact with Tony and his wife Sue and stuff. Anyway, and we've always been mates, drummers, all that thing and stuff. So when he was doing a tour with Zach, and they were doing the Cavern, they contacted me in the day. They come down and stuff, and so I took Carl from the Chicken Dogs, because Arthur, who I mentioned earlier, was Carl's dad. So that's so, and Carl, he's me and him have like gone through. I sort of helped him with the drums because he was only a kid when we started.
Was it Carl Rooney
Yeah,
from Mexican Dogs?
yeah.
Oh my god!
I know, yeah. They all connect. So yeah, so it's so the funny thing is, this is a weird one. It's a big lump in the throat moment. But because Carl's dad Arthur, who was my drum roadie, Arthur couldn't do it anymore, obviously because he's got eyesight. And so Carl went, "I'm doing it. I'm your drum roadie." I was, oh God. So when we played Archive, I was sitting there playing, and I'm used to just turning to me the left, and there's Arthur like that. and then saying, and there's a son like that. So yeah, great, and oh, it's great. So it's like we've got this, we've got a lot of the same crew from 30 years ago. I think the
Yeah.
only about one or two missing out of about six. Um, that includes Cavanagh and yeah. So we're all back together as a full team again. It's great, really good.
It's just amazing. I mean, Carl Rooney, he's like animal from the Muppet Show. it's, he's crazy. It's like,
Really, really good, powerful
yeah,
deadline.
he's amazing. They I saw them at Shine On twice
Yeah,
because apparently I was told that Jawab was supposed to come on, I think it was like Saturday or something. Yeah, I think it was on Saturday, but he came in. He came in with his band early. I think they went to Shine On Friday, so the slot that's supposed to be for Ja Wobble is now free. So they've asked Mexican Dogs. So I was there to see Mexican Dogs the first time on a Saturday, and then I saw them again on the Sunday afterwards. And I was like, wow. I mean, really. I mean, Carl Rooney is just one of the best drummers.
great, really good. Well, funny enough, we were doing Friday, so we got booked for uh,
Shine On.
on Shine On the Friday. So we were on the main stage with was it with the specials or the beat and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So we were booked about the 5:45 slot, something like that
Oh,
and then we get a phone call say that there'd been a change and could we do not the Friday but the Saturday, which we couldn't. We already made plans because we were going to go down to the Shine and then drive back home, but so we couldn't do it. So that's why we didn't do the festival actually. So because we were
oh,
back on, yeah,
shame.
yeah, looking
Oh,
forward. And because Carl was going and Arthur was going, so it was going to be yeah, all the guys.
well, hopefully next Shine On, maybe mine. Are you doing Minehead?
We don't know yet. We don't know. We're being asked to do it, but we're just looking at schedules at the moment.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed. Either Minehead in November or the next one in
Yeah,
Skegness. Because
March.
I love Shine On.
I know what you do.
Well, the real people played. I think in Minehead last year, and I think they're playing again this year. They're
Yeah,
playing in November. So
yeah.
I'm really, yeah.
I think the real people are doing it in Minehead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think they posted about it as well. So, talking about Smaller and Mexican Dogs. So, you're doing a gig on the 25th of April at Camp and Furnace in Liverpool. So, it's awesome lineup because you've also got Dennis Brown
Doing it, yeah, yeah, yeah.
doing a gig and Edward McCormack who's doing
Eh,
like a DJ set. How are you going to split the that? There's like
Well, we've
three
got
bands and then a DJ set.
yeah, so basically we had to do a real like tight schedule and sort of make sure. In fact, there's a stage manager who's dealing with this because I just said I want him on, I want them on. Eddie's got to do it because this will be Eddie's 34th gig with us,
Yeah.
whatever. So I like having people around me that I trust and that I know and that I like.
Yeah.
I know that all of these people, none of them will let me down. I know that they get there on time. They do a great show. They're all bring people. I like having that, but I don't feel comfortable with because I get a lot of requests. That, oh, can we support you? Can we support you? And so that I have to do a list type of thing and that really long, list and that. So, but I do like people that I know I can trust that will be
Of
there.
course. Yeah. 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 As Dennis is a latest edition, was
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Yeah.
So he's going to be opening the show with Tim Smith. Them's going to be opening the show because
Yeah.
they've been working together with Genesis band prior to this. So this is going to be an acoustic version of the band. So
It's just gonna be amazing. I mean, it's like, so there are still tickets available if anyone would like to go and see. I mean, you've got to go and see Smaller. It will be my first time to see.
Oh,
It's not my first time to see Mr. Diggsy because
yeah.
I've been to a lot of. I've even went to see him at God, what's his place where he does cover versions. Because sometimes it's just across the road from Empire, I think, from Liverpool Empire on
I don't know.
going to. Because I remember, oh, he's doing a lot of cover versions, so he's not doing any of the cook the books. Well, not cook the books.
I'm doing the
But then I
side.
thought, because he did say to me that it's not his song, maybe he could cover it. It's like
Oh,
again, he did
I don't know. I'm not too sure where he plays.
it. Yeah. But so it's the 25th of April.
Yeah.
And it starts at 7, doesn't it? It starts at 7.
Yeah, I think Eddie's going to open the proceedings basically. So as soon as the first person, there's going to be music all the time. There's no dead, dead playing. So I just want to just music on. So Eddie's going to be playing. Then Dennis and Tim, and then Mexican dogs and that, as they ourselves and that. So it's got to be a great night. It really is. I mean, it's one of the biggest shows that we've done as Smaller. Not when I say, I don't mean it like that. I mean our own sort of thing, because obviously we've played stadiums and tours with Oasis arenas, everything, but as our own sort of
like produced. You're also like you produced it and everything. Yeah. There are 2 venues at Camp and Furnace on that. There's like Camp and then Furnace. I mean, is that which one is?
Do you know what I mean? We're doing the big room. I think
The big room, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's something on in the back. I've seen a Taylor Swift thing. Like they double booked us with a Taylor Swift thing, but it's not there. They're in the band. They're in the room at the back.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Well,
don't get mixed up. Don't go to the Taylor Swift room. Don't get wasted.
Right. Well, that's very good to know. There's one song that I've heard before, because even in the Psalms, Mr. Dixie always plays this. It's a song called "God, I Hate This Town."
Oh yeah.
It's a favorite, I think, amongst fans.
Yeah. You know something. You're right. It is, and I'll tell you something that happened at the last gig that I'd never experienced before. It was when we were playing it. I was just lost in me playing and stuff, and then I noticed that I couldn't hear singing, and I sort of looked up, and Dixie was away from the mic, too far away, 6 foot away, and I was thinking he should be singing there. Thought there was a problem, and it wasn't even the whole audience singing it back to him, and he was just, and I was like, wow, and so it definitely is a crowd favourite.
Yeah. I have seen that before, because when I saw them at, I think Jimmy's it was, when I saw the Psalms, and everyone was singing the song. It's like, wow. And I haven't heard it. I think Mr. Dixie's daughter was there as well. So
Probably was, yeah. He was at the archive. In fact, it was probably he was leading the singing.
Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing Smaller, but I know that the weather is really nice, and you really wanted to go out. So I'm gonna ask you just the 5 regular questions that I always ask our guests. First one is they have said this to me that it's a difficult question to reply to, but if you could play drums for any band, either past or current bands, which band would it be? Apart from Smaller, of course. Which band would it be?
Undertones.
Undertones. Wow.
No.
Yeah.
I just love everything about them.
It's still the original drummer who plays for the
right?
Yeah,
I think he is. I think
because I saw them at Shine On last year, because they played there.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I thought that's the first time I've seen them. I thought, wow, this is because I only know maybe a couple of their songs, but I really enjoyed the set.
Back in the day, honestly, I mean that was another gig that I was really, really privileged to, because My brother toured with the Undertones in about 1983, I think. 1983, what was I, 15? Something like that. And I shouldn't have been anywhere near these gigs because they were 8 or 18 sort of thing.
Yeah.
But able to, that bit of the Undertones, and I was just like standing there going, these are just amazing. And I went out with the album, that was it for me.
Have you met the drummer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, well, I was lucky enough because they were touring with them. I could go backstage with Cooper books at the time, and just said, "Who's that?" I was my little brother.
Oh. When
Always,
you when you were with Tony McCarroll or when you were other drummers, do you normally talk drum talk or do you talk?
no. Family, friends. Have you seen so and so? Have you been out for the bevy? Never talk drums because I met up with Zach Starkey on the same night on that thing and I don't really know Zach. It was the first time I met him, and that because I didn't know that turned into a bit of drum talk sort of. But it's not my thing. I'm a bit more so.
Okay.
Sorry.
But having Mr. Dixie as your brother and going to all these gigs that he used to play and stuff, do you get starstruck yourself?
No, I don't think it did. I mean, it's during the Oasis period. We met some pretty famous people. I mean, we were drinking at our table, sort of thing. So George Michael and there's some Beatles there. There was some always in the really sort of famous people, and I was more of a sort of. I wasn't starstruck, no, but you're just like, oh, see who's over there, type of thing. But yeah, and especially backstage at the festivals, I remember Glastonbury '95, and
Yeah.
because we used to have access to all areas, and so we really were, we would almost we were, and then it's sort of. But yeah, it was always really
No?
good.
So you never ask for photos and things?
No.
No?
Phones then. None of that phone. So, it's.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine in them days, you would have been like, oh, God, yeah. And it's because when I tell my kids, I casually mentioned Brian Ferry walked in and this, that, and the other, and you forget. Because there's no evidence of it, you can't go. I've got this photo, I've got that photo. But now everyone's got photos of everything all the time.
I do. Whenever I see a musician, I'm gonna ask you for a photograph when I go and see you on the 25th. So, because it must be, especially with your connections with Oasis, it must be so some things that, oh my God, can you get me in, or can you get me a ticket, especially when they did the reunion?
Yeah, but listen, we didn't get tickets for that. No one got tickets. Do you know what? Is a story for you. Our kids went to Manchester, Heaton Park, and he couldn't get a ticket. Didn't get a gazzy or nothing. Because how they were working it, I think everyone. There was no guest list, but they'll get you the ticket, but you pay full price, whatever it was. So the way it was all sold out, they said, look, we'll get you on the gazzy, but you're paying for it, type of thing. But anyway, our kids wasn't on, and his son got him in, bought him a ticket, and he was standing in the field. He said he just paid about £8 for a pint because he couldn't get backstage. And he's standing there. I said, next thing, he's doing Dixie's dinner on the stage. And then loads of people came down, just pointing at him, laughing. He was like, oh yeah, that was a funny one.
God, that's a bit. But you're still friends with the Gallagher brothers, or do you still talk to them?
I'm in contact with a bit of a circle, a bit. You know what I mean? But we don't speak to them. I haven't spoken to Liam. I mean, me and Liam were very close back in the day. Sort of thing. He stayed in my house. I stayed in his house. We used to go out together socially all the time.
Yeah.
And then, but it's just in a different world. It really is a different stratosphere where they are.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I mean, I speak to Paul. I spoke to Paul last week, and some of the OHS management and some of the crew and stuff like that. But not Liam and Noel. I haven't spoken to them for years, and I don't know what Howard's.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, yeah. Good to be with. I had a good night with Tony McCarroll, and that was really good. Loads of catching up to do. I was in his room till like 5 in the morning.
Yeah, apparently, apparently you stayed up, and some of the comments there said that you still.
Uh, uh,
Well, that's good then. I mean, drummers should stick together, and
we do, we do. Yeah, it was lovely, nice. Well, Tony said Tony and Sue might come down the gig. Actually, I'll have to do a double check with them.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that's it. Right. Next question is any drum tricks you do? Do you twirl and
No, you have to see me. I'm simple. I keep it simple. I'm just, I love the drums, but it's simple. Like I'm Ringo, sort of, at the simplest. I don't do, you
well,
know,
drummers should entertain as well, shouldn't they? I mean,
um, I like the song. Do you know what? I play with a great songwriter, and I let his songs speak for themselves. It's not about me; it's about his songs. That's the way I see
yeah,
it. Uh,
yeah. And you don't even point, because with drummers they point, and so.
I did. You know what? There's a picture of me pointing, but that was to me kids because my kids had never seen me play before, ever.
Oh,
I know. So on the last gig, and they were right at the front, and I went like that, and someone took the picture. So pointing, but yeah, I think that's the only thing I've done.
so you don't do any drum solos then?
Oh, you're joking, aren't you? No, no.
But don't you think at every gig there should be a drum solo?
If
At
you,
least,
yeah, you could. Not for me, like, but, as I say, I love. It's not that I don't like busy drummers, and I do love little, flicks and stuff, and
yeah,
and I watch drum podcasts. What's that Drumeo and stuff, and then watch stuff like that.
oh
And I
yeah,
like it,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's not something that I go. Got to go out and learn that or sort of. I'm lucky that the band that I'm in, it is. I don't think that sort of. I have tried it, and I've had this, the sharp stare of our kids. What are you doing? You know, so,
yeah.
yeah.
All right.
I know.
So you won't be doing any like Carl Rooney's
No, no.
drumming. Okay. Next question. Any drumming heroes?
Yes, I remember. I mean, I grew up going to gigs, and John Leggett and Cook the Books, brilliant. And then, obviously listen to Ringo was a hero, not really, but I liked his style, and then Billy from the Undertones and stuff.
Yeah.
And then started venturing out, and Tony Elson was brilliant. Just love watching him with the real people, really good. And then that was local sort of things. Then you got Tony Mack playing with the real people now. What a drummer!
Yeah.
Remember him back playing with everything. These bands that you wouldn't have heard of back in the early 80s. And there's all Gary Dwyer, another Liverpool drummer, brilliant. And then I started seeing Stuart Copeland
Oh yeah, yeah.
there, and then I was going, oh, he's good. But as much as they were like, I loved watching them, I never felt the need. I never did. Elkis, what a drummer, what a drummer.
Yeah.
But I never felt the need to sort of be really busy. And I do bits, but nothing like that. And
Yeah.
there were heroes, I liked watching, but nothing sort of realised I wanted to.
Have you seen Tony McGuigan's son? Sonny
Yeah,
McGuigan.
yeah, but Sonny, Sonny McGuigan, isn't it? Uh,
Yeah, Sonny McGuigan.
yeah, he's with Candy Opera,
Yes,
with the
yes,
band.
yeah, Candy Opera,
Yeah,
and he was a head feeder as well.
I haven't met him. I've seen him online, and mates with the lads.
Yeah.
And they've told me about him. But I see, and he looks, is he good?
Oh, he's absolutely amazing, and he's only 18.
No, I
He's
know,
like,
I know. I haven't seen him live. I'd love to see him live, and I've just
yeah,
seen.
because it's like so it's his granddad, which is
Yeah,
I believe it's also Tony Mac, and then Tony McGuigan, and then
yeah,
Sonny. They're just like a family of drummers.
yeah.
But your granddad's a drummer.
Not a drummer. What a drummer he was. Loved him.
Yeah.
Lee, brother.
What about your kids? Are they into drumming?
My two girls, yes, my daughter is. My youngest daughter is. My eldest daughter, she's at university at the moment. So she started off.
Yeah.
So I was quite hardline because they were like, "How can you have a drum kit?" And I was, "No, you'll learn. Give them the drumsticks. Get on the couch." And then when you've learned a beat of 4/4, we'll take it the next step. And I think they got. So with the other one, I did get her the drum kit, the Lecky kit, but I think in my mind I was thinking I'll have that. So, and she's quite musical, the little one. So,
Yeah.
playing sax.
You're not sort of like forcing your
No,
kids. Like no, okay.
no. They find their own way. That's they're very independent and they're sharp, very clever kids. And, I don't want to sort of go. My family are musical, so none of that.
What about all these years that you've been playing? Have you had any accidents, drumming accidents?
Oh God, yeah, yeah. I mean,
With blood? It's like blood.
yeah. Well, hit me finger on the rim. So, I, I, I remember once I played with Oasis, right? And I think there's about 5,000 people in the audience, in the crowd. And I'm playing, and I've got Arthur next to me. And as I'm playing, my stick slipped out of my hand, and it just flies away. And so I've got one stick, and I'm going, Arthur. But Arthur was getting into it that much, and he's got a can of lager. He passed me a can of lager. I went, But this is in front of like 5 or 10,000 people. And then so yeah, that's Arthur for you.
Oh dear. Well, at least it's not that bad though. I think they'll understand because people who go to see Oasis anyway, they always have sort of like kind of lager on them. So.
Yeah, and the people who know more better understand that stuff.
Right. So it's not like hitting your face with a stick or something.
No blood accidents there, just like lager accidents.
Yeah. Lager accidents. Right. Well, one final question so we can all enjoy the sunshine. What would be your advice to aspiring drummers or musicians in general?
Stick with it. I do this with my daughter, and it's all about practice and sort of because you've just got to be like what I said to you about when they were learning, and I went, get on the couch and show me that you want to learn, and show me. So I give them like lessons and go, this is a 4/4, right?
Yeah.
And then you show me how to do 4/4, and we'll do this for about 10 minutes every night or whatever. And at the end of the week, you do it on your own. And then when you do that, so it's like when my mum, she was watching me with pots and pans on the couch, and then she spoke to our Peter and she went, "You think he's ready? You think he's serious?" And he went, "Well, yeah." Is it worth me paying some lessons? Yeah. So you've got to have a will, and you've got to practice and really want to go to that. These days, to go, I want to play keyboards, I want to play drums, I want to play this. Can you have that? Can you have this? And that? You want to be, jack of all trades, master of none. You've got to be focused and stick with it and have a passion for it, but enjoy it. It's as simple as that. Enjoy it.
Yeah. Do you think anyone could become a drummer?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
If
they have, if their heart's in it. maybe.
On arm, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, before I let you go, do you want to just invite everyone to your gig on the 25th?
Yeah, definitely. So when is it? April the 25th, Camp of Fairness, Liverpool. Tickets still available. Amazing support. Dennis Brown, Mexican Dogs, Eddie. Let's not forget Eddie. He's got great tunes. But
Yeah.
it's going to be a brilliant night. It really, really is. Please come down.
Yeah, please do. And definitely, I'll gonna ask you for a photograph, so make sure,
Deal. It's deal.
like I always do anyway. So it's like, but oh, there's one more thing. Do you know that there's a band called Deary?
No.
Apparently, they're like shoegaze indie band.
Oh, how's it spelled?
It's spelled like your last name, Deary, Deary. So it's like
Oh,
they should tell you should tell them
yeah.
change your name because
Oh, give me the number. I'm ringing them.
well, thank you so much, Steven. I really enjoyed chatting to you. I know we haven't met in real life, but I am looking forward to meeting you on Saturday the 25th. And yeah, but and of course seeing all the other bands supporting you as well. So thank you so much. Enjoy the sunshine now, and I'll
Listen,
see you soon.
see you, Nana.
Thank you. Bye, Steven.
Later.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us live. Oh, wow, it's absolutely amazing. Once again, so if you Google it, or even if you need to follow Smaller's Facebook page, they're also on Instagram, so all these social media platforms. So Facebook, they have the link to their gig on the 25th of April. That's at Camp and Furnace in Liverpool, with support from Mexican Dogs and Dennis Brown. I love Dennis Brown. He's absolutely amazing. And I don't know if you're aware of it, but Dennis Brown wrote a song about me. It's what I'm really looking for. Every time he has a gig, I'd like to be there because he's just amazing. So you've got to go and see. And also, of course, Edward McCormack, who's doing a DJ set. So that's the 25th of April, Saturday. I'm going to go there right after work, and it's at the Camp and Furnace in Liverpool. Right, that's all we've got for today. We were chatting earlier about Shine On, and Shine On have already announced the lineup for November's um, weekender in Minehead. You do need to check it out because I've been going since 2017, and I'd say that this is the best lineup I've ever seen. So if you're thinking, or maybe if you've not heard of it, check out Shine On, Weekender, Minehead, and you need to get some of your friends together and then book a chalet because it's absolutely amazing. It's I'd say it's the best indoor music festival there is. So yeah, and of course, Mick had. I think there's still tickets for the Michael Head and the Red Elastic Band mini tour in May. The one at District second night is already sold out, but I think there's still some tickets left for the first night, which is on the 21st of May, and I think Hebden Bridge is sold out, but Newcastle and Stirling, there's still some tickets left. So hopefully I'll see some of you there at the Michael Ed and the Red Elastic Band gig. Right, that's it. I think Stephen is already gone. He wanted to have, his lager, his bevy, as they say, in the sunshine. So once again, have a lovely bank holiday Monday and enjoy the rest of the day. And I'll be back hopefully on Sunday, just waiting for the confirmation from our next guest. But do keep an eye out for the guest announcement post on the Acid Drummer Facebook page. Thank you so much for joining us live. As always, love music, love life, Love, love, love drummers. Thank you so much, Stephen Deary. And fingers crossed. No, I don't think they will do, but for us Filipinos, Your Eyes by Cook the Books is just absolutely amazing. And would really love to hear it played live someday. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Okay, bye for now. Bye.